What if the history books were wrong? What if the plagues of the past weren't practice runs, but prophecies? We live in a world of breathtaking complexity. A world of instant communication, global supply chains, and interconnected societies. But this complexity is a double-edged sword. Our greatest strength is also our most profound vulnerability. All it would take is one single event. Not a bomb, not an invasion, but something silent, invisible. A ghost from our collective nightmares, given a new, terrifying name, Patient Zero. This isn't a discussion about a specific virus. It's about a concept. The return of a catalyst so potent it shatters the glass house of our modern world. When the news reports stop, when the power grids fail, when the familiar hum of society is replaced by an unnerving silence, what happens next? This is not a story of despair. It is a blueprint for survival. A lesson in endurance. Because when the unthinkable happens, humanity will be tested. And we must be ready to answer the call. The first moments of a global collapse will not be a slow decline. They will be a sudden, violent shear. The dominoes of civilization will fall with breathtaking speed. Your first and most critical challenge is to survive the initial shockwave of panic. We call this period the golden 72 hours. In this window, society's rules will evaporate. The most dangerous force will not be the pathogen itself, but the fear it creates. People, stripped of their routines and securities, will become unpredictable. Your objective is singular. Get yourself and your loved ones to a designated place of safety and secure it. This is the bug-in versus bug-out dilemma. Do you fortify your home, or do you flee to a predetermined remote location? There is no one right answer. It depends entirely on your environment. If you live in a high-density urban area, your home could become a trap, surrounded by millions of desperate people. If you live in a rural or suburban area with defensible space, staying put might be your best option. The decision must be made before the crisis, not during. Once you've made your choice, you must act with cold, calculated efficiency. This is not the time for sentiment. Secure all entry points, reinforce doors, board up ground floor windows. Your home must become a fortress, not of comfort, but of exclusion. Your immediate survival kit should already be packed. Forget luxuries. Think in terms of the holy trinity of survival: water, food, and first aid. You need a method to purify water. You need non-perishable, high-calorie food that requires no cooking. And you need a comprehensive medical kit, far beyond simple bandages. Think trauma supplies, antibiotics, and any personal prescription medications. Communication is your lifeline to information, not to people. A hand crank or solar-powered emergency radio will be your only window to whatever remains of the outside world. It will tell you where the danger zones are, if there are any safe havens, and when the initial wave of chaos has passed. Your goal in these 72 hours is to disappear. To become a ghost in your own home, waiting for the storm to pass. After the initial chaos subsides, a new, more insidious enemy emerges: time. The weeks, perhaps months, of isolation will test the limits of your psychological endurance. The greatest battle will not be fought with weapons at your door, but with the demons of despair inside your own mind. Survival now becomes a matter of routine and discipline. The human mind craves purpose. Without it, it deteriorates. You must impose a strict structure on your days. Wake up at the same time. Allocate time for specific tasks, physical exercise, resource management, skill development, and even leisure. The tyranny of the clock, which we resent in our normal lives, will become your salvation. Resource management is paramount. Every drop of water, every calorie of food is precious. This is where knowledge trumps supplies. Do you know how to create a simple water filter? Can you ration your food supplies to last twice as long as you planned? Can you identify edible plants in your local area, should you need to supplement your stores? This is the time to master skills. The internet is gone. You are your own doctor, engineer, and strategist. Study your first aid books. Learn to make basic repairs. If you have a small, secure outdoor space, or even a window with sunlight, start a small garden. Growing even a handful of vegetables is not just about food, it's a profound psychological victory. It's a statement of defiance. It's creating life in the midst of death. Mental health is the bedrock of long-term survival. You must find ways to combat the crushing weight of isolation and fear. Read books, real, physical books. They are repositories of knowledge and escape. Keep a journal to process your thoughts and fears. If you are with family, you must manage interpersonal dynamics with extreme care. Small disagreements can fester into catastrophic conflicts in a high-stress, confined environment. You are no longer just a family, you are a survival unit. Every member has a role, and mutual support is non-negotiable. There will come a day when your supplies run low, or the silence outside becomes too profound to ignore. The decision to leave your sanctuary will be the most dangerous one you make. The world you re-enter will not be the one you left. The pathogen may have subsided, but a new danger has taken root, a fractured, desperate, and lawless humanity. Your first forays into the new world must be for reconnaissance only. You are a scout in hostile territory. Move silently. Observe from a distance. Gather intelligence. What are the new dangers? Are there other survivors? Are they organized, or are they predators? In this new world, trust will be the most valuable and rarest commodity on Earth. Every encounter with another survivor is a life or death calculation. Their story may be true, or it could be a lure. Your ability to read people, to discern intent from desperation, will be your most critical skill. The new currency will not be money, it will be skills, knowledge, and tangible goods. A person who can purify water or treat an infected wound is worth more than a person with a pocket full of gold. Bartering will be the new economy, but every trade is a risk. The ultimate goal of re-emergence is not just to scavenge, but to find others. A lone survivor is a temporary survivor. A community is the seed of a future. But forming a community is a delicate and dangerous process. You must vet new members carefully. One wrong person, one predator, one liability can bring down everything you've built. Small, trusted, and defensible groups will be the first building blocks of a new society. These communities will need to establish rules, a chain of command, and a system for mutual defense. It is the beginning of politics, reborn from the ashes. If you have survived the initial shock, the long isolation, and the dangers of re-emergence, you are no longer just a survivor. You are a founder. You are an architect of the world to come. And this carries a profound responsibility. The greatest temptation will be to try and recreate the world we lost. This would be a mistake. The old world, for all its wonders, was fragile. Its systems failed. To rebuild it exactly as it was would be to plant the seeds of the same destruction. The future will be built on a smaller, more resilient scale. Self-sufficient communities, built on trust and shared skills, will be the new nations. Knowledge of agriculture, engineering, medicine, and governance will be the foundation of this new era. And this is where the most important task begins, the preservation of knowledge. We must become the librarians of the apocalypse. We must protect the books, the data, the science, and the art of the old world. Because without the lessons of the past, both its triumphs and its fatal flaws, the future is doomed to repeat them. We must teach the next generation not just how to hunt or farm, but how to read, how to reason, how to build, and how to dream. This is the final test. It's not about being the strongest or the most ruthless. It's about having the wisdom to build something better. To forge a civilization that values resilience over convenience, community over consumption, and wisdom over wealth. The end of the world is not the end of humanity. It is the chance to begin again, armed with the harshest, but most valuable, lessons imaginable. The scenario we've discussed is an extreme thought experiment. But the principles within it, preparedness, resilience, community, and foresight, are not fantasies. They are the tools we can use today to build a stronger, more secure world for ourselves and for the generations that will follow. The future is unwritten. It is our responsibility to be ready for whatever chapter comes next. What do you think is the single most important skill a person could have in a post-collapse world? What is the one piece of human knowledge you would fight to preserve above all else? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. I want to know what you think. If this video gave you food for thought and a new perspective on what it means to be prepared, please show your support. Click the like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss our next exploration into the critical questions of our time. Thank you for watching. Stay sharp and stay ready.